Mingyu Guan joins us now for more on the 20th Shanghai Auto Show. He's a partner at McKinsey and Company, a global management consulting firm. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Well, it's always great to get a glimpse of the future, but what would you consider the biggest headlines coming out of this auto show so far?
I would say, there's three things that is really interesting to watch for the Shanghai Auto Show 2023. Number one is on the product side. I think, smart EV is dominantly what every OEM is actually showing. So it's barely any ICE vehicles is shown on any of the stands. So that's on the product side. The second that's really interesting is, if you see all the MNC CEOs and also their boards member coming, there is a general acknowledgement that China is being the pacemaker when it comes to the BEV development. I think the third thing you can also watch is if you see all the Chinese OEM, most of them are actually announcing their globalization strategy. So I think these three, I would say, is really setting the trend that we can watch in the coming years from the different angles.
Exciting times ahead, but what is it that Chinese consumers want right now? Is there a sense there that there's a commitment to making EVs perhaps their next car purchase? What are you seeing and hearing from consumers?
Yeah, in fact, in the latest McKinsey China Auto Consumer Survey, we clearly hear from the customer that they no longer only limit to like the license plate or the subsidy, but truly they are really looking forward to their next vehicle with the smart EV because of the product features as well as all the different things they can do with their new vehicles. So that's also reflected in the market penetration. As Q4 last year, the EV penetration is already as high as 30%, which I think is quite a big achievement compared a couple of years ago.
A lot is being said about China's economy coming out of the COVID pandemic and the recent reopening. What is the status of China's car industry right now? And are you seeing any differences between the domestic brands versus the foreign brands?
Yeah, I think, if there's only one word that can describe the market right now is hyper-competitive. I think, a lot of the OEMs, no matter the MNCs or the domestic OEM, they are pushing their best model into the market in almost every price category. So I think consumer is, facing a lot of the choices. This is, I think, will be a very interesting period in the next 3 years to see who are actually able to really convince the customer that they are bringing the best products as well as the best experience of owning a smart EV.
And people have been saving their money. Maybe they're ready to spend. What are some other trends to watch? What are you hoping to see come out of the Shanghai Auto Show?
Yeah, I think we have a theme around racing to 2030. If we take it back 6 years back, right, 2017 was probably the peak moment for the automotive industry development in terms of volume. But if we look forward 6 years ahead, I think the Shanghai Auto Show might be actually a separating point. The more development will towards the technology, particularly the smartification. And I think as the MNC OEM is bringing their competitive models together with some of the domestic attacker as well as traditional OEMs, the next 3 years and even 6 years, I think will be a very intense competition. And whoever is winning in China market out of this smart EV competition will for sure also at their seat in the global landscape.
All right, the race is on. Mingyu Guan, thank you so much for joining us from Shanghai.
Thank you.